Welcome, everybody, to a very special 3rd and 3 series. These are going to be short little snippets, hoping to give student athletes all the tools they need to be as successful as possible and hopefully prepare them for an opportunity at the next level. Joining me today is our head coach, Coach Roger Holmes, and our assistant head coach, Nick Collins. Really appreciate Coach Collins repping the helmet hard back behind there. If he disappears, I'm telling you that this technology is going crazy. I've just got a lot of lights on a lot of ugly face. That's all I got going for me right now. So at any rate, we don't want to waste time. These are going to be short. These are going to be powerful. Hopefully give you guys some stuff that you can use. Coach, today we wanted to kick off the series talking about making the best highlight tape. And as you told me, a highlight reel isn't necessarily what you want to call these things. Go ahead and tell us what we're wanting the kids to try to build up to put the best foot forward.
Well, I think, Jason, a highlight reel is something you put together of all the best plays that you really like, that your family enjoys, that your buds are going to like, and so on and so forth. But really what's happening right now, Jason, is I've been getting tons of phone calls from college recruiters. Recruiting's going to be different this year, man. It's going to be a whole different game because right now, coaches don't know that they're going to be able to get you into these camps during the summer to evaluate you. So it's going back to old school. It's going back to they're sitting at their house, they're evaluating film, and that's how they're having to recruit you. You know, we talked a little bit. What we're wanting our young men to be doing, spending their time on at home right now, is going back and making a highlight reel specific to what you're being recruited for or what your number one quality is. And the one that we're going to try to pull up here in a minute was actually done from Joe Wyndham with National Preps. He was trying to help Jaquez Evans get some information out. He knew what a quality player he was. And when you think about Jaquez, if you look at the recruiting stuff on him, everybody was listing Jaquez Evans as an athlete because they did not know he is specifically being recruited to be a linebacker, or he's specifically being recruited to be a defensive end, or is he a running back? You know, is he a tight end? All different coaches had different views of what he was. And when he put this one together, I thought it was pretty dadgum neat how he highlighted all his athleticism. Whereas we mentioned Romello Height. Romello, when he first did his highlight, Romello loved to run routes and catch passes and did a great job with it. But the reality of it was Romello was being recruited for one position. He was being recruited to be a defensive end. And I think I'll let Coach Collins jump in here and talk about how it used to be for him when he was sitting on the other side of the desk as a college coach and trying to review these kids and what it meant to him time-wise to be able to make his assumptions early on into a tape.
Well, I think one of the things people have to understand is at the college level, we got tons of videos. And it's our job to evaluate every player, especially when you're below the Division I level, when you don't have a staff of recruiting assistants or student assistants or what have you to go through it for you. And so it's important that when we get the video that we see what it is that we're looking for. And it's always important. The first thing is to make sure that one, we're looking at a position we're recruiting you for. I'd never want my offensive line coach to come in and bring me a video and the kid is playing defensive line or he's playing linebacker. If we're recruiting for offensive line, I want to see him play offensive line. If it's a skill position, I don't want to see a buildup. I don't have time to watch an 18-minute highlight tape. I don't want to see a bunch of 3-yard runs by a running back leading up to big plays. If I don't see explosive plays right off the bat, it's time to turn it off and move on to the next one. So it's got to be a quality tape, and it's got to be if you're doing the best that you have to offer.
Now, Coach, the way you described it in some of our build up to this series today was that basically they're looking at 5 clips. You got 5 clips to impress them, and that's about it. Would you mind throwing up some of Donut's stuff so we can kind of talk about how his first 5 clips made the difference in helping him get out there to Bowling Green?
Well, again, and then I'm going to try to throw it up here for you, Jason, and so everybody gets a look. But what I want them to understand about this is remember that Jaquez was being recruited as an athlete. Everybody had questions about what position is it that he's going to play. And you notice they start out, and there's nothing that was misleading about his information, okay? His height, his weight. Then here's obviously an accomplishment from this past year. He was the 2A Offensive Player of the Year in the state.
Right.
And they had his statistics. So that in itself, when you look out there and you see that a kid rushed for 2,500 yards, then that's going to grab a little bit of attention, okay?
Good deal. Let's go ahead and see.
First clip, they point him out here that he's lined up at fullback. You see the little shadow come up, especially on a young man that plays multiple positions. He's highlighting himself with the arrow. And this first play, it was a great hole. There was a great opening. Now, he makes a decent cut. But as a college coach, right now, the first play, you see his speed. You're able to evaluate what type of speed does this kid have? Does he have the opportunity now? The next clip shows him at defensive end, making a pass rush, being physical. It goes right back. Now they show him an offense again. Now this shows what? Power, physicalness, toughness, balance. All of those things are thrown in. So you've had two offensive clips. Now we go right back to a defensive clip, and now he's playing a whole different position. He's playing a one technique, but he's using a pass rush. Here he is. He's lined up an outside linebacker. He's an edge blitzer. So you're getting an opportunity to see this kid play multiple positions. Now he's at tight end, and they're throwing him a nice ball. He catches the ball in his hands. Right back to running back. Physical power, breaking tackles, and again, having the speed to get out in the open. You know, there's your first 5 clips of Jaquez Evans. And immediately you've got to say to yourself, gosh, what an athlete. You know, he goes on up into this thing. What's the very next play? He's showing this young man kick off. He's kicking the ball into the end zone. Come right back now, he's playing middle linebacker. He hasn't lined up at middle linebacker yet. I thought the ability, here's another shot at defensive end and showing some movement. The guy, when he put the tape together, he's a professional. That's what he does. Because Jaquez Evans could play so many positions, he immediately, if you're a college football coach sitting in your office, you've got to be saying, what, Coach Collins?
This guy can play. The thing about it that's impressive that I think players should understand, there are no wasted clips. The first clip made you say, I want to see the second clip. The second clip made you say, I want to see the third clip. And before you know it, you're this deep into it and you're still impressed with what you're seeing. And now as a college coach, I'm going, I've got something on my hands here. Now we got to figure out how we can get him in our school.
Well, and that's where we want to cap things off for this first episode, is to keep that interest in a student athlete. Obviously, we're focusing on football film, but we want to open up that same advice applies to all student athletes at every level, because as you all well know, there's a lot of sports that get played in colleges, big and small, and we want to make sure that all of our kids have opportunities available to them to take part in that post-secondary athletics, as well as the education that accompanies it, because Lord willing, they're all going to be successful people regardless of how much sports they play after college. So want to thank everybody for joining us. We're going to have some more episodes coming up in the coming weeks. Be sure to tune in. If you have questions or suggestions for topics, be sure to email us. We'll put that email out there for you. Thank you again for joining us on 3rd and 3.